10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey y'all, how's it going? Y'all, I have to apologize. I'm under the weather. However, I'm about to try and push through this. Welcome to Skyye Lyfe. Welcome back to those of you who are subscribed. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hey Jeff and Chi-Town. Look, 2 Chicago people in here. Y'all, it's gonna be us. It's gonna be us. We got the west side and we got 75th and Stony. We covering the map. I have to apologize to you guys also. Oh, wait, well, let me finish my intro. Sir Miguel, hey, sir. We got California in the building. On the last live, Chi-Town alerted me that it was breaking up a lot. Basically, I was telling you guys to go to the community chat to get the information in regards to the information that I had got, and that was really it. I wasn't saying much. Well, I was talking about the haters. Hi, haters. So you all, if you can go back and hear that, you can. It's up to you. But thank you guys for coming back to Skyye Lyfe. Let me see. I set the chat to subscriber only mode. So you do have to be subscribed to chat in the comments. What else? If you're interested in purchasing professional products where professional cosmetologists shop, you can go to shopthepolishedlook.com. The actual website address is on the top of my YouTube page, and you can go to that store and you could purchase shampoos, conditioners, flat irons, all type of products there on shopthepolishedlook.com. If you happen to be a web creator or a content creator, I do thumbnails and create websites. I do a lot of different type of graphic designs and stuff like that. So if you're interested, you can contact me at skywins@gmail.com. Actually, let me put that in the chat. Or if you need to contact me, you want to send me something, a suggestion, skywins@gmail.com. Look at y'all. I'm spelling my own name wrong. Okay. And for those of you who do not know, this is primarily the R.Kelly sector. And I've always, being from Chicago, I have followed this case and I talk about other things from Chicago as well. So we're in the process of building up this side of the channel. Thank you for those Kels subscribers that are here joining in. I appreciate y'all. So today, for those of you who might not be familiar, the FBG duck case is going on in Chicago. It's been going on for about 2 weeks now. Let me see how this is gonna let me set it up. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta put hold up. Let me say hi to everybody. It's only a few of you guys in the chat. We're gonna give people time to come in here. That's what that music is when you guys hear it. It's to give time for the notifications to go out and for people to get in the chat. But today we will be reading exclusive paperwork. I've been slowly trying to get into the more Chicago drill sector, engaging with bloggers on that side, and getting familiar with those people. What am I looking for? Ooh, that makes you know I'm sick. What was I looking for, y'all? I don't even know what I was looking for. So trying to align myself with people in the Chicago drill sector, and today we're going to go over the paperwork. So once again, let me go back at the beginning. I lost my train of thought. I was really looking for something and don't even know what I was looking for, y'all. But that might mean I don't need it. Okay, I guess I'll think of it in a minute. Hey, Miss Lady T. Let me put y'all names up here. Sir Miguel. Hey, Vanessa Barnes. Let's see. Let's see. Why can't I see it? Is it not letting me see? Okay. North Carolina. Hey, North Carolina. Welcome. I am not well, but I'm going to fight through it so I could bring you guys this exclusive content. You said whatever time is good. Moroccan, good morning. Thank y'all for coming in. All right, y'all. So y'all might need a pen and paper if you are serious about this trial and you want to take notes. FBG Duck, let me give a little summary. FBG Duck was assassinated in Chicago, and the trial is finally here. It's been several years. I want to say about 2 or 3 years, and the trial is finally here. And you guys, it's really an interesting trial. If you go back, I started reading the Santiago Proffer, and I'm gonna have to finish that up as well. I might just show you guys a couple of clips from that. And let me say this for those of you people who are bloggers who might happen to see this. If you do use clips, it's okay, as long as you shout my channel out. If you use my content or my paperwork, actually, that's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. See what? I was looking for my. See, you just got to talk yourself back through it. You see what I'm saying? And y'all, I'm barely hanging on there. But wait, let me hit escape. I didn't want to do that. Let me pick a different one. That's what I was trying to do, because I was putting this up on the screen. But yes, if you lose, you could use a clip. Just shout my channel out. And that's, again, you guys, that's why I try not to have so much cussing and stuff like that, because if somebody wants to use a clip and share it on their channel or something like that, I don't want, unnecessary cuss words. Sometimes a cuss word is necessary to give the actual effect needed to say certain things. But again, the trial is here. And you guys, it's a very, we thought the Kales trial was something else. This Chicago trial is OC. Okay. For those of you all who know, Chicago is ridden with gangs. Okay. And in following this trial, I have learned that the proper term for these guys is no longer gangs. Okay. These guys are pretty much self-proclaiming themselves to be affiliated with organizations. However, when you hear people who are old ex-members or old members, they're explaining, and I'm hearing them say that these guys didn't go through the proper process. Okay. So, like I was explaining to you guys before, there's a process when you're getting into a game. Okay. You don't just wake up and say, hey, I'm this or I'm that. That's not how it goes. There's a process for getting in the gang. And to my understanding, they're saying that a lot of these people, these younger guys, are not truly affiliated. They're just self-proclaiming to be. Okay. So with that being said, it's a lot of ex-members that are surprisingly testifying. So in Chicago, there's what you call a drill scene. Okay, people call it Chirac, and there's a drill scene. So in regards to the FBG Duck case, the feds are bringing the case because Duck was assassinated, but also it appears they're trying to establish another RICO in regards to the Oblock, the area called Oblock. That's Parkway Gardens. For those of you guys in Chicago, Parkway Gardens, you guys, is like it's a housing project, but it's like lower buildings, like low building housing project. Okay. And the reason why it's named Oblock is because of a young man named Odie Perry that was killed there several years ago. So in Chicago, what happened after the actual structure gangs that we know of pretty much lost their structure. A lot of the real members went to jail, or or their lives were ended. You started having cliques and sets. Okay. So while Chicago always kind of drew off of blocks, you had a lot of more cliques and a lot more sets and stuff like that going on. So within that happening, you have different quote unquote ex gang members linking up together. So you might find a BD, a GD, and a Stone in a clique, or off of one block, etc. Okay, and that's early. But back in the day, there was STL was predominantly a GD block. Okay, that's Gangster Disciples. And then the BDs were in O Block. And to my understanding, after reading paperwork, the federal government is saying that back in like 2012, they've been warring since about 2012, okay, 2010, and to the current day. So that's what this is all about. Now the thing is it's very interesting because while they're trying these guys for the FBG Duck assassination, they're also trying to bring a RICO against the Black Disciples organization at the same time. And people are thinking there's like a pending federal RICO, because what they're doing is, and you'll see the questions that are being asked, they're asking these witnesses who are ex-members of the gangs. Okay. All right, Chi-Town. That's right. On the Gold Coast in the Chi. That's where he was assassinated. So while they're asking these witnesses questions, they're asking them questions about the rivalry, you guys. They're asking about the rivalry in between Oblock and STL. Okay. So while they're doing that, they're using that to establish the violence and basically the mutual combat that was going back and forth between the two sets. Okay. And that's what we're dealing with. Okay. Now understand, this is just a rival in between that project area and STL also stands for St. Lawrence. Okay, that's a street over there. And the blocks I showed you guys in previous videos, they're literally like only like a couple blocks away, walking distance from each other. Okay. And I might pull up a map later. But once I read the paperwork, I'm going to be on the other side, so I'm not going to be able to see. But please donate. That's what I wanted to say too. Please donate. The donation information is at the bottom. I would like to get more paperwork. And I'm only going to get I only want really let me see, about 2 more. I want to get the testimony of cooperator. What was it? 1, I think it's 1 and 3. And that's about it. So we're going to start reading, and you guys might want to get a pen and paper because hold on, that's kind of big. That's big and stupid, ain't it? Let's see. Hold on. Why is it so? Is that the one I always use? No, I can't use that one. The people are trying to steal it. Okay, so please donate. I'm gonna keep saying that. Please donate to the channel so we can get more paperwork and get the actual transcripts. This is exclusive information. I've been looking and I don't see anybody else who actually has this information. So you guys are getting it first. And what this is doing, I'm gonna tell you guys, if you haven't heard before, this is stopping all the freestyling and all the ad libs that people do in regards to talking about the case. I'm new to the drill sector, so I don't know, you know, when you have seeing that these guys that are testifying, the witnesses in this trial, are part of the drill scene. They're also ex-gang members. They have friends and alliances, and these people, some of these bloggers know these people personally. Okay, so you got to understand, like we thought the KL sector was wild. You got people, they got personal beefs, old vendettas. You see what I'm saying? Old problems, like stuff that happened back in the day. But also understand, in the structure of a gang, there's a code of silence. Okay, and all these guys that are quote unquote street oriented, they're not in support of no guy, none of these ex gang members coming in testifying, even if it is against the guys that are charged with assassinating Duck. Okay, you got to understand, the streets are going, the street, you got the street guys, then you got people claiming citizens, and yeah, basically ex gang members, street guys versus, I guess they calling they ex gang members and they calling themselves citizens now, y'all. It's wild. But the guys from the hood and the streets, they not drawing off that. They not respecting it. They mad about it. And they saying, basically, because if you are part of a gang, even an ex gang member, you supposed to remain silent for what I'm saying. You're not supposed to testify. You're not supposed to be talking to no media, no police, none of that. Okay, that's just how it goes. So you guys, you young people, you guys better learn a lesson. You better stay out the gangs. Find something safe to do. Okay, because this stuff is serious. I'm telling y'all. Hey, Boardman Clicks, what's going on? Good to see you. Look, we got an exclusive, Boardman Clicks. We got an exclusive. Now, and I don't feel that good. Yes, please hit the like button and please share. Whew. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna try and read through this. I'm not at the top of my game, but we're gonna try and get through this. And I hate to have this so big. Hold on, let me see if I can because I want to make sure you guys can see this. Hold up. Should be a way to maximize this screen. Give me a second, y'all. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to take me off. Take yourself off of the page. Okay. Thanks for coming in, Boardman Clicks. And then you guys should be able to see that. All right, let me look on my phone to make sure that's a good pic. Y'all see that big old stupid watermark? I ain't stealing my stuff. I might make it a little work because I do want you guys to be able to see, because y'all know how I like to highlight some stuff. Look, people want to text me. You ain't been texting me. Get off my phone, stupid. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all can see it good. I want to make it bigger though. I was able to make it bigger before. And shout out to all my haters. Hey y'all. I gotta always give you guys a special hello. Y'all, hold on. I don't like how this is set up. I was able to make this bigger before. Give me a second. I want to remove it. Okay. I better stop before I mess it up. You know how I do. And then it won't come up at all. All right. Well, I'm not gonna fool with it because let's see. It's a trip how much the so-called street codes have been compromised over time. JT, let me tell you. Let me tell you. In this trial, man, you already know. You already know how it's going. The guys from the blocks, they ain't drawing off none of this. They got one guy from STL, ex-member testifying in one block, one guy that was part of the, and you'll hear in the information, part of the BDs from Oblock. And these guys, I ain't even going I don't know if you've been hearing about it, but I don't want to spoil it for you. But in some of these situations, money was provided, and they saying they doing it for the good. I'm not here to judge. Of course, we all have our opinions, but it is what it is. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: the feds is up, Jeff. I'm sorry, JT. The feds is up. The feds is up. So, yeah, it's not looking. It's not looking good. All right, you guys. So let me see if I can make this lighter because that is kind of big and dumb. I do want y'all to be able to see a little bit. There we go. Okay. Y'all can see. But yeah, you know what time it is. You know exactly what time it is. The block, the guys ain't going. And not only that, I don't know if you heard, I think you were on my other live when I was telling you about how these same guys were hanging out with, what I'm saying, guys from the block and not letting them know. So people got upset, as they should. Because I feel like if you, okay, now what's going on? Where is this? Hold on, y'all. My screen got short for a second. Hell is my screen short? Why is this up here? Hold on, y'all. I gotta get this off of here. I don't even know why this is up here. Hold on. Yeah, the people, they ain't going. People is not happy about none of this. You know what I'm saying? People, the federales, and not saying they the federal, but at the same time, like I said, if they are the federales, the feds probably told them don't tell people that you're working with us, which makes sense because one, if you do, you know that you're putting yourself in danger, and two, you gonna mess up the investigation. So I don't think they could tell, but I do feel like those individuals should have fell back from their friends. Okay, especially if they knew these guys were still on the block and still in the streets and still rotating. That's how I feel. Okay, let me try and get this back. And this better not shrink my screen, y'all, or else I'm gonna have to change locations, which is what I don't want to do. I'm comfortable where I'm at. Okay, I ain't fooling with nothing. All right, I'm putting it on the screen. And we about to get to reading. I can't see y'all comments, but I'm gonna start reading. Y'all need to take pen and paper because I can't even see what this says. Y'all, the devil is busy. Hold on one more time. Hold on, y'all. Cause I can't even see that. And it won't let me make it bigger. Give me a second, y'all. I apologize. Let me stop sharing. Oh, I don't want to close this document. Oh, I'm gonna close it. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Let me pull it back up. Give me a second, please. Sorry about that. But I got on glasses, but I can't read no micro reading. But thank you guys for coming again. So we're reading the testimony of, excuse me, I believe it was cooperator. Was he cooperator one? I can't remember which one he was. Give me a second. I knew I shouldn't have closed that. Hold up. Nah, it's not gonna want to open. Okay, close this. Go to the file. Okay. All right, now I'm bringing it up. But am I going to be able to attach it to this? But yeah, the JT, the streets is dead. It's over with. People they need to find a new talent, find something better to do. I knew I shouldn't have closed that, y'all. Oh wait, this might be it. Okay. We might be cooking with grease. Let me see what y'all screen looks like. Okay. Hold on. Which one is it? Is it this? Okay. Let me spread it out. All right, y'all. I'm getting it going. Boom. That's what I was looking for. I need the big print. The big granny print. All right. Okay, y'all. We about to get to it. All right, so that's the proffer. Why isn't it showing? I'm saying add to stage. Y'all, I should have left it alone. I don't know why that's not going up there. Stop sharing. When do I gotta take me down? Give me a minute, y'all. Dang. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Shout out to Boardman Clicks for the Cash App. I appreciate you. I did not see it. Actually, I need to get my other phone so I can see and shout you guys out. Let me see. I'm getting it, y'all. I'm getting it. We getting there. Apologies for the delay. I should have left it alone when I had it. Okay, I was trying to make it bigger. All right, y'all should be able to see this. I think when I took that little piece off over there, I had messed it up, but it's just going to be looking a little bit weird. I don't care because I don't want to fool with it. And I know it's getting late, but okay, we getting it. I want to take this little piece off though. Hold on. I'm about to try it, y'all. Okay, I think I did. I'm being hard here. You see what I'm saying? Don't want to leave well enough alone. Okay. All right, let me get my phone. Thank you for the donation. Please donate, y'all, so we can get more. All right, I got my phone so I could see. Appreciate you. I don't care what amount y'all send. It could be dollars, whatever. Please donate. All right, y'all. I'm about to read, so I ain't gonna be able to see what you're saying. Yes, rest in peace, FBG Duck. Vaughn and all the young brothers that have lost their lives in the streets of Chicago and abroad. Amen to that. It's a shame, y'all. All right, y'all. So I'm about to read. Oh my God. Y'all not going to believe this. I can't see that. It is too freaking small. I should have left it alone. I promise y'all. I should have left it the hell alone. I apologize. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Close it out. Stop sharing. I apologize, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second. Take this, close that. Go here. Open that. And open that. All right. Here we go. I'm not fooling with it no more. It's just going to have to be how it is on the screen because I have to be able to read it. All right. Here we go. Sorry. Is that the right page? Hold on. Oh, that's the slide. Hold on. Present, share. Here we go. No more fooling with it. It is what it is. The way it's looking, how it's looking. I ain't fooling with it. All right, y'all. So I'm about to read. I can't see what y'all saying. All right. So we're reading the testimony of Trenches. All right. United States of America versus Charles Liggins, Kenneth Robertson, to Carlos Offord, Christopher Thomas, Marcus Smart, and Ralph Turpin. Defendants. These are the transcripts of proceeding the trial. The appearances for the government. Y'all need these names because while I'm reading, you have to understand there are several different attorneys hopping in, asking questions. So just take note of who's for the government and who's for the defendants. For the government, the appearances are Mr. Jason A. Julian, Mr. Sean Hennessy, Miss Anne Marie E. Ursini, Miss Caitlin S. Walgamuth, Assistant U.S. Attorneys. Well, those are the Assistant U.S. Attorneys, okay? Meaning, to my understanding, public defenders. All right. So I guess that way we'll know who has public defenders and who have actual attorneys. For defendant, okay, well, they're putting it right here. For defendant Liggins, Miss Cynthia Louise Gotcha Chetty. So it appears, contrary to popular belief, Mr. Liggins has his own attorney. That's what I was thinking. He has his own attorney, okay? From what I'm saying. And if I'm reading that correctly, Liggins has his own attorney. All right. All right, let's go. So appearances for defendant Liggins. Also, it says continue Mr. Gregory T. Mitchell. Oh, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That doesn't mean that. I take that back. I take that back. That's not saying that. That's not saying he has his own attorney. Because to my understanding, it's looking like, because now it's saying for defendant, Mr. Gregory T. Mitchell is for Liggins. Also, for defendant Robertson, Stephen Greenberg. For those of you Kel supporters, y'all know that's Kel's ex-attorney. Mrs. Cheryl T. Borman. For defendant Offord, Mr. John Somerville, Mr. Richard King Kling, For defendant Thomas, Mrs. Ellen R. Domph, that's Domph. Mr. Keith Allen Spiegel Fogel. These names is crazy. And then for defendant Smart, Mr. Mark M. Barnett. Law offices of Mark M. Barnett. For Turpin, Mr. Patrick Iman Boyle. And Mr. Joshua B. Adams. Okay, also present, Miss Christine Case, FBI, and Mr. Dominique Dixon, FBI. All right. So, the clerk, United States versus Liggins. If you can state your name for the record, we'll start with government counsel. Mr. Julian, good morning, Your Honor. Jason Julian, Caitlin Walgamuth, Sean Hennessy, and Anne-Marie Yersini for the United States. Mr. Kling, good morning, Judge. John Somerville and Richard Kling for Mr. Takalis Offord, who is present in open court. Mr. Mitchell, good morning, Your Honor. Cindy Gicciani, Gregory Mitchell, Charles Liggins, who is present in court. Judge, Miss Dump, Ellen Dump, and Keith Spiegfogel for Mr. Thomas. Mr. Barnett, good morning, Your Honor. Mark Barnett and Michelle Marvin on behalf of Marcus Smart. Miss Borman, good morning, Judge. Cheryl Borman and Steve Greenberg on behalf of Mr. Roberson. Mr. Boyle, good morning, Your Honor. Patrick Boyle and Joshua Adams, who had to step away to another court for the status, on behalf of Mr. Ralph Turpin, who's present before you. Mr. Kling, Judge, in answer to your question of whether there are issues that need to be addressed before the jury, there are a bunch of issues that we need to address. Okay, it says court. Okay, well, at least let's get the agenda out there first, and then we'll start going through them in whatever priority makes sense. So if someone in a position, if it needs to be multiple people, let's just first just list the issues, and then we'll talk about which ones need to spend time on before 10 a.m. Okay, Mr. Kling says, Judge, as to Mr. Offord, we're going to be requesting that the matter be put over at least until afternoon or not until tomorrow. We received a new substantial dump of discovery materials this morning at 8:09 is when it came into my email. I don't read very well when I'm on the expressway. He's stupid. I have not had a chance to read it. It's apparently 46 files relevant to both the witness who testified yesterday and to witnesses who are expected today. I'm not prepared to go through. If I have to examine without reviewing these materials, Mr. Offord will be denied effective assistance of counsel under the Sixth Amendment. Woo! They already kicking it off, y'all. Get ready. I'm excited already. He already trying to set up for the appeal. Okay, y'all hear that? Effective assistance of counsel, for those of you who don't know, that's what R.Kelly's attorney filed on his behalf. Okay, Mr. Barnett, Your Honor, we would definitely join in that. The cross-examination of a potential dangerous witness is very important. What? I would like to see the materials. I have not had the opportunity to read them. I don't know what they contain, but I need to be able to make my own decision on that. So I would join in that. Mr. Greenberg, Judge, I know that at least with respect to the upcoming witness, for the first time, I believe they're identifying our client in preparation that took place, I think, yesterday or the day before. Gicciani, and I'm probably tearing her name up. It's Giacchetti. Gicciani. I don't know. Judge, I think that I can't tell, because literally yesterday I was told, as you know, I've been asking for material relating to Mr. Wiley, who's the next witness, 2008 and 2011 cooperator. I don't even know if this is it. They said they were going to send it to me. I waited in my office until 10 o'clock. Then I went home. I got a little nap. At 3 in the morning, I came down from my bedroom to find my phone to see it was there, and it wasn't. I mean, to see if it was there, and it wasn't. And then again, I think I got told at 8 a.m. something this morning. Wait, let me read that again. And then again, I think I got told at 8 o'clock something this morning, as I was heading here, that I could get it in USFX. I did ask for a copy. I have a hard copy. I don't know if that's what this is. I don't know if there's more things that are in USFX. It's a problem. Mr. Julian, I think that's what I'll tell you guys, to write these names down so you can see who's talking for, whose attorney is talking for who. Okay, I think I could knock some of this out pretty. And this, with the way I'm reading it, it's missing words and all that crap. I'm reading it the way they're saying it. Okay, or knock some of it down pretty easily, Your Honor. I don't know anything about 46 files. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that were produced this morning, the overwhelming majority of which has already been produced. So one of the productions is admonishments, CHS admonishments for David Sloan. I sent those on Sunday to everybody, indicating that the official quote unquote production will be upcoming. But that was one of those requests that we got over the weekend, the holiday weekend. Went and had some people run into the office to get it. And I just sent it out as soon as I got it. But everyone has had it. We've been asked questions about it in court on Monday, so everybody has that. But this is just part of the official production of things that everyone has. So that's admonishments for David Sloan. That's number one. Number two is admonishments for Martell Wiley, was produced at the same time on Sunday. Another thing is the report documenting the conversation that Mr. Spiegelfogel had, Spielfogel, and I had with Mr. Sloan a couple of days ago, when we were trying to figure out the story about what was going on with his brother. It happened in the real time. It happened in real time here in court. We got the information. FBI agents are under a duty to write reports. So they wrote a report, but there is no new information that can be gleaned from that report, because we all got the information together in real time. So that's not anything new. So that's 3 of the 5 things that have been produced as of this morning. Number 4 is a report relating to a meeting that happened with Mr. Wiley on Monday. I think I heard Mr. Greenberg say that Mr. Wiley identified Mr. Robeson for the first time on Monday. He did not. Hold on, she hit me on this line. Y'all give me 1 second. Trying to move. 1 second, y'all. Community tab. Okay. I'm gonna go back. Number 4 is a report relating to, let me see, make sure y'all doing all right. Y'all doing all right over there? Okay. Y'all look like y'all all right. Okay. Number 4 is a report relating to a meeting that happened with Mr. Wiley on Monday. I think I heard Mr. Greenberg say that Mr. Wiley identified Mr. Robeson for the first time on Monday. He did not. He's identified him repeatedly, including, and this is Greenberg and Borman on video, Miss Borman on the video, Mr. Julian on the video, in grand jury in 2021. That grand jury transcript has been filed. It's part of the public docket. There's nothing new. It's a one-page report, and among the things that are in it are me admonishing Mr. Wiley as to the ruling from Your Honor that I'm going to ask him any questions related to Mr. Thomas. Okay, let me read that again. And among the things that are in it are me admonishing Mr. Wiley as to the ruling from Your Honor that I'm not going to ask him any questions related to Mr. Thomas. So there's nothing new to be gleaned from that report. If it's 2 pages, it may be with a cover page, but it's a very short report and we could produce a hard copy of it. But there again, no new information. So the only thing that is new here, and it seems like we're in a situation where no good deed goes unpunished, is the CHS file relating to Mr. Wiley. We've indicated we didn't think that anything in it was Brady or Giglio, and it's not. We don't think it's relevant. We produced it anyway, just so we wouldn't have to fight about it. Okay, so to my understanding, I'm not no legal smeagol, no legal attorney, none of that. I'm just reading it, doing my own reading comprehension based on my reading level and things that I picked up along the way regarding cases and trials and reading paperwork for the Kales trial. And to my understanding, the Brady and the Giglio material are like discovery that's supposed to be given to the defendants at the beginning of trial. Okay. I wasn't informed that Mrs. Jeshiani was in her office waiting for it. If someone had reached out to us, I could have provided a status update on it. We were in court. We went home last night. We reacted PII related to other people. We sent it out as soon as we could. And when she asked for hard copies of it, we produced those or printed out those as well. We handed them over to Mr. Mitchell this morning and they're looking through it. But Judge, there's nothing of any probative value or relevance in that file. We just produced it because it's been a point of contention. So basically, y'all, what's happening here is they came up with some new information, some new evidence, and they're going back and forth to decide if it's a Brady violation. Like I said, when you get arrested, before you get to trial, they're supposed to provide you with the discovery so your attorney has time to read that information and discuss it with you. So that appears to be what's happening here. They're going back and forth about this new information. So there is no need to hold this over for any period of time. We should begin this morning. We can get anybody hard copies of anything they want. But again, most of this stuff is stuff that they've already had. It's just an official production. Now, that don't even make no sense. Y'all see what I'm saying? Do you all see what I'm saying about how the government presents stuff? If it was something that we already had, then why would you be giving it to me again? Okay, but I'm gonna keep trying to keep my personal. No, I'm not. I'm not keeping my personal opinion out of this. Yes, I am. I don't know. I might be throwing. Look, Like I tell y'all, I ain't gonna throw no ad libs, but I might have to, because that just kind of pissed me off with that. You gonna say it's something they already had, but now you just making it an official production. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I'm telling y'all better pay attention. Listen, Miss Borman, Judge, I'd like to be able to agree with Mr. Jillian, but since I don't have a copy of it, I can't. They so stupid, right? I mean, it should go without saying. I mean, all of these defendants, the government chose to charge all of these defendants in the same indictment. I get that one defense counsel is making specific requests, but when that is produced, it should be produced to all of the attorneys. You right. Let's go, attorney, whoever you was. Who was that? Mr. Boyle. That's right. Y'all chose to charge them all together. So get their paperwork, get what they need so they could defend these guys the best they can. I'm with them. Okay. And y'all already know we reading this the Skyye Lyfe way. So I would appreciate hard copies of whatever Mr. Giuliani received, and also hard copies of what was produced this morning. I too had time to print out the index, but I didn't have time to print out the substantive reports. So I would appreciate that, Mr. Barnett, as well as Mr. Smart. I do not have hard copies. Mrs. Giuliani, Judge, I'm going through this very fast. I'm seeing reports from 2022 from Kevin Doyle, which appeared to relate to Mr. Wiley, that as far as I know, I've never seen these reports before. Oh, they busting them out. Oh, here we go. Listen, y'all. This is 3,500 material, much less, and likely Giglio and Brady material. Oh, they about to get them. They about to get them. This right here, you guys. And now, once again, I'm not no legal attorney, but this right here might be enough to cause, if they, during the appeal process, if this comes out to be true, this might be enough to flip this case and get these guys some leniency during an appeal. If it turns out that this information that the government just tried to give today is 3,500 material, which to my understanding is supposed to be given prior to court, prior to trial. This is the discovery for the defendants. Okay? I'm just letting y'all know. Remember, I said it right here. I said it first. All right? I'm going to start reading here. Line 17. This is 3,500 material, much less, and likely Giglio and Brady. I can't do that analysis trying to read this, but they can't put this witness on. We can't cross-examine this witness without time to, how is it not relevant? A report from 7/29/2022, 8/1/2022. This isn't even, there may be 2008, 2011 stuff in Simeon Catherine Simeon 7/3/2023. I don't know what that is. And now, could some of these be duplicates? I suppose, but I've got to go back to my old file to see. And if so, why are they sending me duplicates? But it isn't. See, they also, these attorneys are stating like, this is all in my opinion. Okay, this is my opinion. They're making it look like the government is messy and unorganized and not providing them what they need to properly defend their clients. Okay, that's the undertone. That's another undertone that I'm saying. Okay, but it isn't true that it's just, I disagree with the argument that 2008 and 2011 are irrelevant. I haven't gotten to that yet, but I'm looking at stuff that we should have been given. I'm talking about, I believe Wiley, though when they sent it to us, it just says CHS. So I'm never 100% sure, but I'm just going to assume it's Wiley. And I haven't seen any of these before, at least not in this format. Mr. Kling, Judge, I accept Mr. Jillian's representations, but I can't rely on his representations. hey, don't worry about it. There's really nothing in here that you have to worry about. Yeah, you would say that. If I did that, Mr. Offer would be deprived of effective assistance for counsel. I have an obligation to read these documents. The file says 44 files. I don't know what they are. I don't have a hard copy. I can't cross-examine Mr. Wiley unless I have some time to read these documents and prepare. Mr. Doyle, and based on what Ms. Gishiani said, it would suggest that we would have wanted this material before Special Agent Doyle testified. He's testified twice. He's been cross-examined twice. It's my understanding he's not going to be called again in the government's case. Okay, now hold up. Hold up, y'all. I might have to backtrack what I said now. Okay. Let me come back over here to y'all real quick. Okay, that's line 24. In this trial, a lot of people have been arguing that this is not a strong case and that the witnesses that they had messed up and stuff like that. Now, in regards to, they had witnesses testify, and the attorney is stating, and I don't know whose attorney that is. I hope y'all got notes because I gave y'all the names of who attorney was for who. They're stating that the people testified, and they didn't even have this evidence to be able to use it to cross-examine them. Now, these are technical errors that are occurring. Now, once again, I'm not an attorney, but to me, that's a bad look. How are you having people testify and you're producing evidence later on that goes to a witness that I'm no longer going to be able to cross-examine? I wouldn't want that to happen in my trial. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I want my attorney to be able to cross-examine, have all the information that they have up front, so they had time to read it before they got to court, so they could, go over it, ask the questions. But hey, okay, Boardman and Cliffs, ain't that crazy? That's crazy. JT, you said the government always seems to try and withhold discovery from the defense as long as possible. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy. And then you get mad when people win on appeal. I'm just letting y'all know, while they appear to have, from the Santiago proffer, they appear to have some good evidence, but this right here, this might be some technical stuff that might cause this case to go into, if they get convicted, it might kick off an appeal for them later on. I'm just letting y'all know. All right, I'm going back over there to read. That's crazy. Okay, Mr. Boyle. And based on what Gianni said, it would suggest that we would have wanted this material before Special Agent Doyle testified. He's testified twice. He's been cross-examined twice. And it's my understanding he's not going to be called again in the government's case. I think we should have had this before Agent Doyle testified. Mr. Gillian, they did. Anything that's from Special Agent Doyle or Agent Simeon is duplicative of materials that have been produced for a long time. The index of, Your Honor, literally reads Martell Wiley, FBI CHS file. We just copied stuff from the file. Opening all opening and closing documents, including things that they've had already, but including things that they didn't have from 2008 and 2011, which we didn't think were relevant. We didn't agree. We produced it because it was at issue and we just wanted to produce it, and they have it. Man, that sounds like y'all hear that? That sounds like a bunch of crop right there. Like I said before, if they already had it, then why would you send it again? Get the heck out of here. Okay, but in the terms of things from Special Agent Doyle or anything during the relevant time frame when he was a CHS for this case, it's been produced and it's duplicative. So the government's trying to say that they already got it and it's a duplicate, you know. Let me keep my own personal. I'm not keeping my personal. I'm reading it. The government be y'all, they be embellishing, all right. They're reaching, all right. Miss Giuliani, actually, I'm reading things that simply are not. I've never seen them before. They're about probation violations. I'm sorry that I'm the only person that Mr. Spiefel what's the date? Giuliani, the dates are, well, I can't discussion held off the record. Okay, so I'm sorry, Miss Giuliani. No, they're not. They're things about the nature of which somebody spoke to probation officer Latimer regarding the CHS status. On July 28th, the CHS contacted the writer saying there was trouble with probation. I've never seen this before. Spiegelfogel. July 28th of what year? Giuliani, July 29th of 2022. Mr. Clean and Judge, quite frankly, without sounding rude, I don't care what Mr. Julian thinks is relevant. It's not up to him. It's up to defense as to what's relevant to the defense. Let's go. Whoever attorney that was, Mr. Clean, he doesn't make that decision. That's how, and he got it. That's how the government is, be trying to tell you what's relevant and what's not. Get him, Mr. Clean. Y'all hire Mr. Clean. He gives us the documents. We decide whether we can use them and how. That's right. You decide whether they're relevant. You decide whether they're relevant if you're going to cross-examine from them, but it's not up to Mr. Julian to decide if they're relevant. Amen. Mr. Barnett, just for the record, I do not have a copy of what Miss Giuliani is referring to. I have nothing. Mr. Julian, we're downstairs printing physical copies for everybody right now, Your Honor. Miss Giuliani, Judge, being a lawyer requires you to read things, to think about things, to strategize about things. I mean, I might be able to do a cross on the fly if someone hands me one piece of paper and I'm already prepared for it. I'm pretty good at that. I can't do it with this. And these are new and they should have been turned over. I'm not saying every piece of it, but certainly what I just read, I've never ever heard of. And apparently, Mr. Spiegelfogel doesn't have this report either. So, which makes me wonder what else we haven't gotten. See, look at that. If these are public defenders, they look like they standing up. Okay. Good job of them making it like this is pitiful, unorganized, and they don't have the correct stuff to defend these guys. Listen to what's happening. Miss Borman, Judge, I don't know what I don't know. But the bottom line of all of this is I need time. I've prepped and now I have new stuff. According to Mr. Julian, there's no new identification of Mr. Robeson, but I can tell by a comparison of the grand jury transcript and this report that there's at least one at minute 1325 that doesn't appear in the grand jury transcript. I don't know why that is. All I can do is search. I'm looking at Mr. Greenberg's computer. That's the closest thing I have. We need time. I want to take time to look at it. I might be able to say, yeah, I can do it, but I can't do that without looking at it and analyzing it. The court. Okay, so I mean, I think we at least should get, the government is printing the copies now. So, I mean, just getting that done would be good. And then I think it would be helpful to, well, I think that probably just needs to be the first step. So why don't we, I mean, around how long would the government estimate that will take? Mr. Julian, We've had someone printing for at least 20 minutes or so. Give me one moment. The court says, okay, Miss Borman. Judge, additionally, I guess in the report there's a reference, the first time I've ever heard of it, of some group called Brain Dead. Apparently, that was part of the interview that happened 2 days ago, and it's not in any discovery I've ever seen. There is the first time I find out that the Mr. Wiley is going to say, apparently, that he went to the hospital after Mr. Robinson saved him from being beaten. That's brand new. And for the first time, there's some discovery that Mr. Wiley is claiming that while he was in Minnesota, where apparently he has a warrant, we found out last night or yesterday as well, for the first time, Mr. Robeson paid Mr. Wiley approximately $200 via Cash App, none of which I've been provided before and none of which I've investigated. So I can tell you, I'm not going to be ready for a cross today. Mr. Jillian, Judge, I can just tell you, I don't think half of the things are actually in the report, but it is the case that Mr. Wiley did indicate for the first time that apparently Mr. Robeson sent him some money. So we documented it and produced it. I'm not going to ask him those questions on direct examination. But going to the hospital, I don't conferring that it's in the report. I don't know where that's coming from. We're printing physical copies of everything for everyone. Miss Dump. Bates number, please, Cheryl. Mr. Greenberg. Judge, Mr. Wiley claims that Mr. Robeson basically saved his life in jail. Never happened. We have no way of establishing it. Now he's embellished and claimed, apparently, according to this report, that he went to the hospital after that, which, if he was at Cook County Jail, there would be records of. So we would need to get those records because it certainly is our position that Mr. Robeson and Mr. Wiley did not interact. Now, hold on. So we would need to get those records because it certainly is our position that Mr. so they trying to separate Robeson from Wiley to act like they didn't have no okay. We don't, hold on, y'all. Let me get a sip. My mouth is dry. You come over there, see how y'all doing. I am still under the weather, y'all, but I'm fighting through this for y'all. And this is pretty interesting. Let me see how y'all doing. Y'all doing all right? Okay. Some things they did to Young Thug and Melly and whoever else, they feel it. Mr. Speechy Fogel. That's his name. You know this guy, JT. Mr. Wiley is the cooperator who testified. Yeah. Yep. Mr. Wiley is the cooperator who testified. Yep. Okay. I'm going back over there. All right. So let me go back here. So we will need to get those records because it certainly is our position that Mr. Robeson and Mr. Wiley did not interact. We don't have any records showing they did, other than they may have been in a cell for one night together. But if this gentleman is going to claim that Mr. Robeson rescued him and he ended up in the hospital, there will be records of that. So, of course, it will also be relevant if there were records of that, Miss Borman. And Judge, the record is clear. That can be found at Bates number FBI main 032007. Miss Giussiani, I'm sorry. What was that? Miss Donfont. Y'all, these names. Look, JT, these names. 507. Borman. 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, and a 7. Oh, I can't hear you. Okay, so Judge, I now have the report in front of me, and the word hospital is nowhere in the report. So information that's in this report is information that's been provided previously. In fact, me and Miss Borman had a conversation about this either yesterday or 2 days ago. They were in a cell one night together. They were cellmates for about 8 months together. And me and Miss Borman reached an agreement that we didn't need to redact that information from his direct examination. They were fine with us disclosing how Mr. Wiley and Mr. Robeson knew each other, which is that they were cellmates in Cook County Jail in about 2014. And that's also in his grand jury transcript. Miss Borman, Judge, apparently, and this is the problem when you do things on the fly. I interpreted after being beaten, taken to a higher cell as being treated by Cook County. It's unclear to me or whether he was treated or not. Apparent. I mean, what I know about Cook County Jail is after somebody has been beaten, generally they're treated. So I would expect there would be records of that. I can't tell you what else. I don't know. Miss Giussiani, it looks like what I got is just a subset of what was loaded up because I don't have that report of most of the recent interview. Most of the recent Wiley interview. I have what is FBI miscellaneous. So if you're making the same copies for everyone that you're making for me, I think they're incomplete. And I'm happy to let you look at what I have so you know that. But I'm not seeing any FBI 302 in here, Miss Borman. And Cindy, for the record, the report starts at FBI main 0320005. Mr. Jillian, that is correct. We understood Miss Giussiani request to be for the CHS file, so we brought physical copies of that. Based on the discussions that people were having, we are making copies of everything for everyone, including, so no, we didn't give Mr. Mitchell and Miss Giussiani that one-page report, but we've been downstairs making copies of everything for everyone. Miss Giussiani. Okay, thank you. Mr. Kling. Judge, I think the bottom line is in the terms of the jury. One way or the other, we are going to need some time. How much time we're going to give us to review the new documents? But we're certainly going to need some time. The court. Okay. I mean, it would be helpful just to see. I mean, I don't know this right now until we have the copies, but it would just be good to know, what's the volume? So then I think once we have the copies, that will inform the next steps. In the terms of, okay, so I don't know how much extra time it would take, but if the government is able to, if you could make me a copy too, I would appreciate it. Mr. Jillian, yes, I've inquired on the ETA. I haven't gotten an answer back on the ETA. I'm sure that our paralegal was furiously making copies of everything for everyone and hasn't seen the message. Okay. Mr. Greenberg, want to chat about expert witnesses? The court, I was going to. Okay. So now, do have some more time before 10 o'clock, but probably we should, maybe we should. I would like to, first of all, let the jury know that it's not going to be 10 o'clock. but I guess maybe we hold a little bit in the case we get the copies before 10 o'clock. I mean, I think once we have the copies, if we can then get a little bit more specificity on when, which part of it was previously produced, that way, but once we have the copies, we can have a better, more useful discussion. Miss Giussiani and the judge, I did have a number of issues I was going to talk to the government about, Wiley, but I walked into is the word Malastrum? Malastrum. Maelstrom. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm not sure. Hold on, let's Google it real quick. I'm not familiar with that word. Please donate to the channel, you guys, to support recoup what I spent, and also to get more transcripts. Please donate. Cash App. I also have PayPal. I don't care what amount, but I would like to, and I hope you guys would like to also get more paperwork. Well, actually, the transcripts of the actual witnesses and what they actually said, to cut out all the guessing and what people saying happened. We get the transcripts, we read it, and we know exactly what happened. Okay, let's see. Let me type this in. Malastrum. It says a powerful whirlpool in the sea or a river, a situation or state of confused movement or violent turmoil. Okay, that makes sense. She used it right. Okay, something like that. The court. That sounds about right. Giussiani. So, but those might be issues, but they may not. So I think that's probably well down the road of what we have to do first. The court. Okay, so then let's try. I guess ideally by 10 o'clock to be in position to give an updated estimate to the jury. But I guess let's just wait until we have the copies. And then in the meantime, why are there other things we can use our time that we have for? One is potentially the expert issue. Anything else, Mr. Jillian? We need to immunize Mr. Wiley. So that's something that should happen outside of the jury presence anyway. We could do that. Okay. Mr. Boyle, I'm sorry, Judge, on behalf of Mr. Turpin, this was an issue I raised a few days ago before Mr. Sloan testified. I believe Mr. Jillian and I are on the same page. I don't know who's going to be directing Mr. Wiley, but I assume all of these communications are shared. You know, there's some clear, just pure hearsay that Mr. Wiley states in some of his proffers that relates to my client and perhaps others. Y'all hear that word proffers? And some of his proffers, that means dealings. Okay, when you proffer, you're making an agreement, government agreement. All right, so I think none of that's going to be explicited on direct. I think Mr. Wiley has also made social media posts where I think he's literally drawing on things like the Santiago proffer or the indictment to inform the information he's given. Wait, let's read that again. Hold on. I need the cough. Let me put y'all on mute. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. All right, hope y'all doing good over there. Okay. I think Mr. Wiley has also made social media posts where I think he's literally drawing on things like the Santiago proffer or the indictment to inform the information he's given. That should be barred if that's the source of his knowledge. So again, I think we're on the same page. But then there's this kind of other issue, and other defense counsel was good enough to raise it with me. this idea, well, I might introduce one of Mr. Wiley's social media things because he says something that's favorable to my client. But the government, so that lets y'all know right there, they on his page and they on everybody page watching. Okay, that's letting you know right there. But the government might then, and multiple people are watching. Okay, but the government might then try to introduce that whole video, and he says stuff about your client. And I'm like, well, what's he saying about my client is clearly just rank hearsay. And so there's nothing another defense attorney should do when advocating for their client that opens the door to then allowing hearsay on redirect or something to be elicited that hurts other defendants. I think that should go without saying, but I think it needs to be said. Mr. Barnett, I do too, Your Honor, because I'm the defense attorney, so, and I was trying to make, just to get it clear with other co-defendants, attorneys, what I was planning on doing. I'm not sure I will do it, but I was just in case. Mr. Doyle. But that shouldn't be part of his consideration. The idea, if I introduce something that isn't hearsay that's useful to my client, then that could possibly open the door to hearsay against other defendants. Mr. Barnett, I would have brought it up if it became necessary. I don't know if it will become necessary. I would have brought it up. I would have fronted that. So thank you. The court, okay. Does the government have any comments at this point, Mr. Jillian? I don't know what it is. I can't really respond to it in the abstract. I don't plan to play any of his YouTube videos. But I mean, I don't know. They have different views over there. And when I see it, I can say what I think ought to happen with it. We're not going to try to introduce hearsay or things that are not appropriate to introduce under the rules of evidence. But I don't know what it is, so I can't respond to that. Mr. Barnett, I think it can be handled at the time if necessary, Judge. I think we're good right now. The court. Okay, all right. Mr. Greenberg, Judge, I can just address evidentiary thing from a couple of days ago real quick, because they're having this discussion about introducing and not introducing. We had a long discussion about foundation the other day, and I can appreciate, Judge, and I don't mean this with any, if it sounds a little bit, well, however it comes out. I know everyone got different levels of experience, but what happened in the trial, because the government was not required to lay a foundation, is we got the following. Did you pay dues? Yeah. Did the organization have a hierarchy? Yeah. And they move on. And now they're going to get up in closing argument and they're going to say, look, you heard testimony that dues were paid. You heard testimony there were rules. You heard testimony there was a hierarchy. The purpose of foundation is so that the defendants or whoever it is, the non-proponent of the statement, doesn't have to, on cross-examination, bring all of the little details. And what do we learn on cross-examination? We got these broad-based between 2011 and 2022. Did you attend meetings? Then we find out cross-examination that it wasn't until 2014 he attended his first meeting. Then he was in Fargo. Then he was in jail. Then he was back in Fargo. Then he was back in jail. And we really don't know when any of this happened or when it happened or who was present when it happened. I believe right there, you guys, they're talking about the guy who I think it was somebody that testified before Mr. Wiley. I think they're talking about him. And that's why the law requires, and I know you cited the Seventh Circuit case that said the foundation was kind of a loose thing. They have to say, I'm sorry, they have to lay some foundation for this stuff. We should not have to on cross-examination, or we're going to be till St. Patty's Day. If we have to do it that way, bring out that, you weren't here. Like Mr. Mitchell had to get up there and go through all the different times the individual wasn't there. He had been required to lay a foundation, perhaps. And I understand this is in the abstract, but perhaps perhaps he would have said in 2016, in the spring of 2016, I was present in Parkway Gardens. There was a meeting. At that meeting, rules were explained, dues were collected, so on and so forth. And then, as the defense, we could have, asked nothing about it. Okay, proven fact. Or maybe Mr. Mitchell would have gotten up there and said, oh, he's saying Mr. Mitchell. I don't know who that is. That might be the other guy. Mr. Mitchell would have gotten up there and said, well, isn't it true that November 15, 2015 to November of 2016, you were in jail in Fargo, North Dakota? Oh, yeah. So you couldn't have had that. Attended that meeting in 2016 that you told us you attended. So we'd had some idea of what they're talking about. And I would just ask going forward, we're having to object every question. There were a lot of sidebars. They have to lay a foundation for this stuff. They can't just say to the witness, in the past decade, did you attend a meeting? In the past decade, were there rules? It's just not fair. Okay, so it sounds like what he's saying, he's asking them to lay a foundation. So to my understanding, for what I've read, they're asking for like a summary of events to be stated. Well, I guess they want the government to provide a foundation. I guess that's like a summary of events that they could state they believe to be true. So then when the attorneys have to cross-examine, they don't have to, like they're saying, pick everything like, were you there this date? So they're gonna it sounds like they want the government to provide a summary of events, and then they could just question events from that summary. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Once again, I'm not a legal person. That's my understanding. Okay. All right, let's see. Hold on. I want to peek down to see where the nitty gritty, where it gets a little bit deeper, y'all. Let me roll down. Let me see what page is this. Oh shoot, I don't even see no page number. Okay, wait, it says 5704 right there. Okay, 03. Okay, so y'all remember 5704. I want to scroll down and see when he about to get on the stand, see how much we gonna do. Because I want to at least get into him actually testifying. Oh shoot. What page does it get to? Dang, yeah. It's all the way down here. Yeah, all of this that I'm scrolling on is all dang. Let me see how much time we spent. Okay, it's 141. So let me ask you guys. Do you want me to? I'm not gonna do that. I just need to keep reading. I am gonna cheat a little bit. Hold on. Let me say I'm coming back. Hey y'all, let me see who's here. Um Oh, he said, no, I don't know nothing. I was just laughing at the name. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. I thought I saw someone. Hey, Diane Let. Hey, girl. Y'all, I'm under the weather. Apologies. APZ. Wait, I don't see her. Hey, APZ. I ain't see you up there. Hey, girl. All right, y'all. So I am gonna we about to scroll down a little bit. Did I say 5704? Because I wanna because it's getting to the because I wanna see if you guys want to come up and make comments about this. And then y'all let me know how late y'all want to go. Like, I don't know if I should take it past 2 hours because it's gonna take a couple days to read this, but y'all, let's see. Okay, I said 57 on 4 because I want to go down to at least give y'all a little bit of the opening statement. Okay, so that's at 57. Dang. It's at 57:27. Woo! We finna cheat a little bit. Okay. So we're gonna go down here. Good morning, Mr. Wiley. Good morning. Would you please state your name and spell your name? Martell Wiley. MartellWiley. How old are you? I'm 39. Mr. Wiley, are you a black disciple? No. Were you a black disciple? Yes, I was. When were you a black disciple? Since I was 15, 2000, in the year of 2000. Like something like, ooh, hold on. He cussing, y'all. So hold on. I'm gonna read what he's saying. Since I was 15, 2000, like something like that shit. 98, 99, from 98 and 99 until when? Till I end up getting shot at 15. Before I went to the joint, did my 4 years. Have you ever lived in Parkway Gardens? Yes, sir. When did you live in Parkway Gardens? 06, 07, 08, 9, 10. And then got, wait, and then got into it over some miscellaneous shit. And I mean stuff, sorry. And I end up moving out. Do you remember what year it was that you moved out? Yeah, the end of 2010, 2011. Like, it was the end, like right on that border of December. Okay, so the end of 2010, early 2011, maybe. Yep. Okay. Where did you move after you left Parkway Gardens? I went I went to the other side. I went on the other side. When I say the other side, I mean they call it Tucaville, STL, whatever. Like, I moved over there, not because I was joining them, but because like the low end is over there. Like, from the low end, I'm sorry, I messed that up. It wasn't like I was joining them, but because like the low end is over there. Like, I'm from the low end and everybody from the project building on both sides. So, and I'm going to ask if you I'm sorry. And I'm going to ask you some more questions about that in more detail in that minute. I'm messing it up. Y'all, my brain is frying. Okay. And I am under the weather. I'm about to try and give y'all a few more minutes of this and then we're going to close it out. Okay. And I'm going to ask you some more questions about that in more detail in a minute. But generally speaking, are we talking about somewhere close by? Yes. Only thing separate that is King Drive. Mr. Wiley, do you have information about the Black Disciples, something called Oblock, and some of its members? Depends on what you're referring to. Do you know some Oblock people? Yeah. Is that what you're here to talk about? Yeah. So now I want to kind of back up a little bit. What is Newtown? Okay, so y'all right there, and people were trying to sit up here and say that he wasn't testifying on certain parts. He clearly says he's up here to testify about identifying people from Oblock. Now we're gonna go further. It says, "Is that what you here to talk about?" And he says, "Yes." Okay, so now I want to kind of back up a little bit. What is Newtown? Newtown is on the low end. That's where I was from. I'm not from there anymore, but that's where I was from. That's where I grew up at. Yeah. So for people who may not be familiar with that part of Chicago, what do you mean when you say low end? The low end from 22nd to 55th state to the lake. East side. I added that. Sorry, y'all. And that generally a reference. I'm sorry. And is that generally a reference to project buildings? Yeah. That used to exist? Yeah. When the projects was up, yeah. They're not up anymore. No. So, I'm sorry. She said they're not up anymore. He said no. So, you said from 22nd to about 55th, yeah, state to the lake. State Street over to Lake Michigan. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm messing that up. State Street over to Lake Michigan. Yep. And where is Newtown within the low end? It was on in between Cottage and Lake Park to the lake, from like Cottage Grove to the lake. So Ellis Lake Park from 35th to 39th. So you got Cottage Grove on the west and the lake on the east. Yep. And you said 35th of the north end to about 39th. Yep. Okay. To 39th South. Question. I think you just told us you became a black disciple in the late 90s. Yeah, like late, like, yeah, probably like you could claim anything you want to, bro. But unless you know your shit, like unless like you know what you into, like you ain't nothing. You just somebody claiming something. As I got older, I seen it as it went on, you know, got older and shit stuff. My fault. Some kind of backing up. Let's talk about the time frame first. Late 90s is when you became a BD. Yeah. How many times they gonna ask him that? Okay. Y'all hear them asking that several times? Okay. I'm starting again right here. Number 18. And what do you mean people can just claim stuff? Were you a BD and were you just claiming it? I mean, you just, when you grow up in the city, like you ain't got to be no gang member, but like if another side, you went to another side, you could just be living over there and get killed. Like they come through, you would just get killed because you over there. So that's why most people join gangs, is for protection and hiding behind the mob, what they called it. Did you join the gang? Yeah, I joined. I did join. Were you a full-fledged BD? Yeah. So when we talk about Newtown, is that like one of Chicago's 77 district neighborhoods, or is that something different? Yeah. What is it? It's one of the neighborhoods. When you joined BDs, was Newtown a BD area or was it something else? Yeah, when I joined, it was BDs. But before me, like all the people, was GD. All right. Okay, so basically, you guys, in understanding the history of the gangster disciples, the BDs are offset of the GDs. So the GDs were established first, and then off of that came the BDs, okay, to my understanding. That's what he's saying here. Yeah, when I joined the BDs, before me, like all the people, was GD, okay? All right, I'm going to come back and I'm going to ask you some more questions about Newtown momentarily, but there are a couple of things I want to go over. Hit the like button, y'all. Make sure y'all get the likes up. But there are a couple of things I want to go over with you first. Have you received immunity prior to testifying here today? No, sir. Mr. Jillian, Your Honor, can we have a sidebar? The witness. Oh, excuse me. I mean, my mind is just everywhere, man. So you said what? Mr. Jillian, question. Let me ask the question a different way. Did the judge instruct you of some things prior to you testifying before this jury? She said that I have to assert myself. That's what you're referring to? Did the judge tell you that nothing that you would say to this jury can be used against you in a criminal prosecution in summary? Yes. Did y'all hear that? Let's read that again. That's very important. Did the judge tell you that nothing that you would say to this jury can be used against you in a criminal prosecution in summary? He answered yes. And that you can assert a Fifth Amendment privilege not to incriminate yourself? He answered yes. Unless you tell a lie? He answered yes. Okay, you understand all of that? Yes. Okay. Prior to the jury and stuff like that, yeah. Mr. Greenberg, objection, judge. Unless you tell a lie. Witness, I didn't understand what he was saying. It was moving too fast. Court, okay. Let's just go on a sidebar really quick. Mr. Greenberg, well, proceedings heard at sidebar. Mr. Greenberg, I think Mr. Jillian misstated what you said, and the witness says now that we're talking too fast, or he was just talking too fast. But he said that he couldn't assert his Fifth Amendment unless he was telling a lie or something like that. The court said, okay, the court, I think there was, in the end of what he said, was correct, because the immunity is much. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I got that right. Listen, y'all. We sneaking ahead. We're going to go back and grab that other piece, but we sneaking ahead before we close out. Give y'all a little taste, okay? Make sure y'all please donate to the channel. Donate so I could recoup what I spent and also get more paperwork, okay? Let's see. Okay, right here. Listen. The court. I think there was, in the end, what he said was correct, because the immunity is you must testify. You cannot assert the Fifth Amendment. Your testimony cannot be used against you in any criminal case. Hold on, that's not what I read. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Let's read it again. The court, okay, says, I think there was, in the end, what he said was correct, because the immunity is you must testify. You cannot assert the Fifth Amendment. Your testimony cannot be used against you in any criminal case. All right, now let me ask y'all this. This is a little confusing to me, because if he, now see, the word is, and see, I don't have all that paperwork to see that he went to, they're stating that Mr. Wiley went to call the government or the feds after Duck was shot. So why would he need immunity if he is not a part of any crime? Okay, wait. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. They would give him immunity. I'm sorry. He would need immunity because if they're establishing a RICO and he's saying that he was previously a BD, so he would need immunity. Okay, excuse me, y'all. I'm about to continue reading. Okay. I'm sorry. We're gonna start back. Court. I think there was, in the end, what he said was correct, because the immunity is you must testify. You cannot assert the Fifth Amendment. Your testimony cannot be against you in any criminal case. Mr. Greenberg, unless you lie. Court, unless you lie. And that's the perjury prosecution. I think that's basically what he just said right now, Mr. Greenberg. But he said he didn't understand him, so it doesn't matter that I objected. He's got to. The witness just said he didn't understand what Mr. Jillian said. Miss Giciani, Chetty, it's actually technically wrong. You keep the immunity, but you can be prosecuted for perjury. Y'all hear that? And that's a fact. You keep the immunity, but you can be prosecuted for perjury. They can put what you say in the perjury case, but the way it sounded like a proffer letter. In a proffer letter, they say, they'll say to you, it's protected unless you lie, and then all deals are off. That's not really what immunity is. So I understand where Mr. Jillian is going, but the way it came out, I think, is not quite accurate. What you say cannot be used against you except in a prosecution for perjury is a little different than somehow you get immunity. And if you lie, all bets are off. I know that's technical, but I think that's what Mr. Greenberg is reacting to also. Okay. Did y'all catch that? So basically what they're saying is he has to testify. They don't want him to exert his right to the Fifth Amendment to not answer any questions. They're giving him immunity if he does not do that. Okay. But also they're telling him that if he perjures himself, then you can be prosecuted if you perjure yourself. Meaning if he gets on the stand and lies, he can be prosecuted at a later date. Okay. And immunity is different from perjury. That's what she's saying. Okay. Let's keep going a little bit. Mr. Jillian, I can rephrase the question in that way, Your Honor. That's fine. That was the intent of Miss Giciani. That's what I assumed. Okay, all right, thank you. Proceedings heard in the court. Mr. Jillian, question. Are you a little nervous here, Mr. Wiley? I mean, I'm all of these people up in here. This ain't everyday thing for me, Understood. I want to make sure I'm clear in what I had asked you. Do you understand that the judge instructed you that nothing you say in here can be used against you except for a prosecution for perjury? He answered yes. Okay, prior to being here and prior to you testifying to this jury, have you been convicted of some felonies? No. Prior to me being here today, yes. Wait, that's weird. Hold on. Question. Okay, prior to you being here and prior to you testifying to this jury, have you been convicted of some felonies? He answers no. Prior to me being here today, and then they say, question, yes. Yeah, I've been convicted of felonies in the past. Question, okay. Yeah, all right. I want to talk about a few of them. He says, okay. And I want to go back about a decade. because there are a few of them fair. Yep. Was one of them obstruction of justice? Yes, sir. And was that offense in approximately July of 2012? Yes, sir. What happened there? You won't believe it if I told you. It's a movie. I was in Danville, Illinois. The police they was looking for chasing somebody who was 6'1", bald-headed, light-skinned. They grabbed me and asked my name, my whole name, and they said, "What's your initial?" I said, "Y." And I went to jail for obstruction. And my middle initial is Y. You were sentenced ultimately for 2 years of probation and 131 days in jail. Yes. Did you violate your probation on that case in about May of 2015 on Danville, on the Danville case, on the obstruction? Question, yes. He answers yes. Were you sentenced to additional 2 years of probation and some more days in jail? Yes. Do you have another felony conviction for this time 2 counts? One of them aggravated domestic battery and the separate count of aggravated domestic battery? He answers, yes, sir. And was that in about July of 2014? He answers, yes, sir. And what happened there? Broke, being broke. When you in poverty, you know, people like your spouse drink and you ain't got no money, man. When there ain't no money, it's poverty. I see it now because I got a wife and married. We don't argue or none of that. So it was poverty. Were you ultimately sentenced to 3 years in prison and 24 months of probation for that offense? Yes, sir. Was your probation revoked on that offense in about January 2017? Yes, sir. Do you have another felony conviction for obstructing justice? This time in roughly August of 2016? Yes, sir. What happened there? The police that came up to me, I got off the bus in Decatur, and they like, we got to call on you. You're a suspect. You fit the description. I took off on them. They tried to tase me. I took off running. Did you throw something or get rid of something when you were running? Yeah, I threw a gun. They never recovered it though. Were you sentenced to 2 years in prison as a result of that? Yep. Oh, it was added on to what I had going on already. It was added on to the case. Later on, you were arrested for manufacturing and delivering dangerous drugs in about December of 2019. I took that case. I took it. I didn't serve. I don't sell drugs. I took the case because I was on parole. What do you mean when you say you took the case because you were on parole? I was in the car with somebody in Bloomington and they got kids and shit, and they told me I was going to jail anyway. So I said, fuck it, it's mine. I mean, excuse my French. I'm just from the streets too. Try to recover that. Um, were you sentenced to 30 months of probation as a result of that? Yes, sir. Mr. Riley, right. As you sit here right now, do you have an active case pending in Minnesota? I got an active case pending in Minnesota, but they confused it. Like, I never been to Rochester, so they confused about it. What do you mean when you say they confused about it? Like, when I went there, they just released me. So I want to talk to so I'm sorry. So I want to talk so this is the question. So I want to talk about you saying you went there a couple of years ago. Did some FBI agents take you to Minnesota to turn yourself in and clear up that situation? Yeah. Did you do that? Yeah. Do you know there's a warrant out for you on that case right now then? Yeah. A friend, a person who you think your friend and shit, they know your information, they duped them and end up getting off with it, and the warrant was stuck. So I just got to clear it up. Like I told them it wasn't me, you know. Like that shit. They let me right out though. Wow. So he's basically saying he got a warrant in Minnesota. So you said you got to clear it up. Are you going to get that taken care of? Yeah. I missed court because I was with you guys. I missed court when I was in the grand jury. Are you going to get that warrant situation taken care of? Yeah. It ain't me. Yeah. I don't run from anyone. I face my fears now. I ain't no gangs. I'm sorry. It says, I ain't in no gangs. I got kids. I got something to live for. So, yeah, I will be cleaning up all that. I'm going to change gears a little bit. Have you received compensation? Listen, y'all, this has been the argument, and we're going to end after this. I'm going to drop the link after this because my throat is tightening up. This was part, they get into the part where they're asking them about the money. Hold on. I'm sorry I ain't cover up my mic. Sorry about that. Okay. It says, so I'm going to change gears a little bit. Have you received compensation for providing information to law enforcement in this case? He said, yes. Yes, I received compensation, but it was like travel and stuff like that. I have my own income. I make money on YouTube, plenty of it. Here we go, y'all. Listen. Have you received from law enforcement $24,963,000? He answers, I can't recall that. I can't even tell you that. Like, I don't know who came up with the prices and anything. I need to see a receipt. He said, I need to see a receipt. He said, question, does that number sound about right? He answered, I don't know. I can't even tell you, Jason. Mr. Wiley, that's for providing information in this case. Did you provide information to law enforcement at different times in the past unrelated to this case? He answers, in 06, I got dumped with another member and shit. Yeah. Question, when you say another member, what do you mean? It was somebody in a car with us. Like, we got pulled over. They got locked up for guns and shit. Like, all type of shit. It was hectic that day. And how about in 2011? I don't remember no 2011. I don't remember these days. Like 2011 shit, I was in Parkway then. I was in jail for domestics and all type of shit. Like, I don't remember that. Like, all this coming, like, where all this coming from? I don't know. I got to do my research. Okay. I want to ask you about YouTube. All right, y'all. Oh, wait, let's read this part right here because this the part, this people talk about this part too. He was like, yes, sir. Question, Mr. Wiley, you a presence. I'm sorry, you have a presence online. It's a bit of an understatement. Is that fair? He answers, that's an understatement. I'm Michael Jordan on YouTube. He said that. What do you do on YouTube? I blog. I talk against gangs. I tell the kids they mind is they mind. I think that the reporter, okay, yeah, she okay. I tell the kids they mind is they mind. They are somebody. Court reporter clarification. The witness, I tell the kids that they mind is they mind. They don't need a gun. You can use your mind without a gun. Okay, so the court reporter messed that up, you guys. The statement that he always says is your mind is your 9. Okay. The court reporter didn't understand what he was saying. He says your mind is your 9. Okay. So yeah, I tell them that. Mr. G. Okay, so that's it. That's why I'm gonna leave it at. But they try to say this statement right here. He said, now maybe it might, I don't know if it happened somewhere else, but it appeared to me that Wiley has stated that the other attorney said that he was the Michael Jordan on YouTube. But from what I see, he's stating that in an answer to the question in his questioning. Now, I don't know if he might have heard it in court or something like that, heard the attorney say it, but from what I'm seeing here, he's making that statement that he's the Michael Jordan on YouTube. Okay. I'm coming back over there. I'm gonna drop the link in case somebody wants to come up, but we ain't about to be long because it says we're gonna try and get out of here within 15 minutes. So how are you guys like it? Are you guys liking the content? Are you interested? I'm dropping a link in the chat if you guys want to come in. So we cheated a little bit. All right, y'all, we cheated. Thank you, JT, for making note of that. We cheated. We went forward a little bit. I wanted to give you guys a little taste of what he actually said. APZ, also from the Chi-Town. We this is you guys. And after reading this, I really feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for Mr. Wiley because, you know, and I've also listened to his channel and I heard him say that his mom was she was on crack. And you hear him say about these cases with these police officers picking him up. Basically, the 2 cases that he just said were bogus cases. Like he got arrested for 2 times on bogus cases that weren't even him. And when I hear him say that, that makes me think of other young Black men that are, you know, falsely accused of crimes and taken in because they don't have family support. They don't have money to pay for an attorney. So they fill in these jail cells with these young guys that, you know, don't have any support and guidance. And then, of course, like he says, he falls into poverty, falls into a life of crime, and enters into a gang. That's textbook 101. How kids fall into these gangs and fall into situations like this. A home, a broken home. I don't know if he had both parents, but he had one parent that was on drugs. And you know, mama is the nurturer. You know, not to say daddy can't pull it off, but I feel sorry for him. You know, this me reading this gives me a more human factor because, you know, on YouTube and watching people's YouTube channel, even on my channel, sometimes I get in character, so you really don't get to get the true feeling of people. You hear how they're blogging. Okay, so understand when people blog, that's not necessarily who they are in real life. So that was just, you know, that was interesting. Oh, I thought you were APZ. What she said, I'm from the 216 home of the Boom Thugs and Harmony. Oh, okay. I swear I thought you was from the Go. So you guys, if anybody wants to come up and comment, anything y'all want to say? I know people kind of want to remain silent because the federales is on deck. Yeah. The federales is up. All right, you guys. So we went to 5704. When I come back and start reading, I'm going to start there. Y'all, I am under the weather. I don't feel the best. But I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I'm about to go try and fight this cold. I don't want to drag this particular section out too far because I already had a lot of stuff at the beginning. But this is a very interesting case. Oh, we got JT.
Hey, what up, Sky? How you feeling this evening? Well,
Hey, I'm hanging in there.
it's
You
this
know,
morning now.
but I'll be all right. We got Chi-Town in the building, y'all. Let me take this down. Okay, what's going on? What say you?
I was sitting back and I was really listening. I haven't been following this case at all, but
Okay,
I've been hearing like remnants here and there, and it's like you said, just get like I've been hearing about the guy, and I had to put two and two together. Okay, this the trenches guy that they were saying was, you
correct,
know, was supposed to be telling and all of that. And
correct.
then right, once you were reading it and get a backstory of his story, it's like, man, I'm starting to feel, you know, sorry for him as well. Um, but I almost fell out my chair when he said, I need to hear a receipt. They put that from you.
I promise you, I'm like, he a fool. I need a receipt.
I
like
said, you just over there collecting money. You don't know what the amount is. Huh?
right. He like shit. I don't remember. He just taking it. I promise you, that was funny as hell.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just interesting to well not it more than interesting. It's sad to see how um the streets have been watered down and disseminated to
Ooh.
this. Coming up back in the day, like you said in Chicago, it's always been a dangerous place, but when it was structuralized, it was a lot safer. It was more,
Yes.
it was more guidance. It was more, and the rules were set in place to protect, the neighborhood from the police and the government and things of this nature. So to see that these young guys is losing their life, they not having anybody to model how you should move in the streets. And like you said, it's over with. It's like it's
Oh.
no reason to try to be in these streets because it is nothing
Mm-hmm.
but devastation and jail and death and
Mm-hmm.
any these young guys get in and they want to be a part of something. Like I just had a little cousin that just got murdered, just sitting in a it was like a week ago, sitting in a drive through of a restaurant.
I'm sorry to hear that. So you saying like a carjack gone wrong?
I'm thinking it was a hit, you know.
Oh, just a flat out hit. Okay.
Yeah. He
So
was
they didn't
22.
try to take the car, you saying?
Right. He was only 22.
Ooh,
Uh,
my God.
yeah.
I'm sorry to
It-
hear that, JT.
I appreciate it, shit. But yeah, it's just you hear stories like that. It's just sad. Like, when does it stop? And then most people don't know that these rivalries been going on since the '80s. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's
Yep.
it's it's generational. You know what I'm saying?
Now let
So
me ask you this: was your cousin affiliated or playing affiliated, or was it
yeah,
just an innocent bystander type situation?
yeah, it definitely was affiliation. And his
Okay.
big brother um, was also murdered maybe back in 2010. He got a
Wow.
middle brother that's still here, but you know, it's
Yep.
just sad because the oldest and the youngest,
Yep.
but
Two kids.
two kids, a mother lost two sons.
Woo.
And,
Mm, mm, mm. Mm,
yeah,
mm, mm.
it's Chicago is devastating. And
JT, they don't get it, and they don't get it. And I try. I want to try and explain it to people, but it's almost like they gotta be there to really feel it and like not to say other urban cities aren't the same way, but it's just like a darkness in Chicago, a gloom and I don't know.
Absolutely. It's hard to put in words.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, so I didn't even know that it was a thing that they had a whole like we got the Kale sector, they following the case, so they got actual bloggers. Because I was catching some of the video that you posted earlier with the
Uh-huh.
guy, and he was talking about how he went to court and how the feds was on his bumper. He's just a blogger, you know.
Dang. But what he did, you heard what he did though. That internet threat. They not playing with them internet threats.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah.
not playing.
They
Because you know
told
what he said? He said he needs a crash out like KTS Dre. You know what happened to KTS Dre, right?
what happened.
That's the guy that got his life ended coming out to Cook County. But I didn't
Oh
know the
yeah,
details. And he says it in that video. He says 5 guys jumped out of car masked up and ended his life. I knew he was shot up, but I didn't know 5 guys had jumped out like that and did that. So it's like similar to what happened to Duck, but they caught him coming out, just getting out the county.
wow,
Crazy. That's crazy.
crazy.
They said the
That's
grandmama was there. When you go back and look at that story, I think the grandma and the sister was there with them, and they witnessed this. I think the grandma might have got hit in the leg or something. I don't know, but wow, man, Chicago ain't no jokes. These people think this is a game.
man,
No joke. Imagine
no
you
joke.
getting out of jail, you happy, and just like that,
Just like that, walking out the
over,
county, man. Wow, your
over.
family sitting there waiting on you.
Yeah, walk it
Yeah.
out with you too. Because I think they said one of them got hit, but that's what I'm saying. You know how we got big, these guys got big horse balls in Chicago. Like that right there, you gonna knock them off at the county. You're not even gonna wait.
Right.
Damn.
Dang. You know, back in the day, coming out the county, most people be worried about the Mexicans around there trying to, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? We be like, we're gonna put this game making stuff to the side and try to get from around here.
Yeah. Y'all running from the Kings trying to get back to assignment land, not even thinking like there's somebody else about to be sitting out there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. But yeah, I'm telling you, JT, as I've been looking into getting into this drill scene, because I had to think like, where was I? Why didn't I see what was going on? I knew Chicago was getting violent, but I had moved away. So I was after college, I had came back, but then I went back again. So I wasn't even in the go to see all, of course, the violence is going on, but to see it and hear about it firsthand, I wasn't there.
Right. Yeah. To see how much it's changed in a
Yeah,
short amount of time. It was like as soon as that drill hit, and
yeah.
it's like y'all putting all this on mute, y'all beefing and rapping about real events. So
Real
basically, y'all
events.
crimes is on wax. Just so y'all
Yeah,
making it that much easier. And then social media has made it 10 times even more dangerous and easier for law enforcement to figure out. Now with this YouTube, it's like, shoot, they ain't got to do all the FBI got to do is sit up there and just watch YouTube,
there you go.
and
But
they can solve a cold case.
yes, and this the crazy part, JT, because when we was growing up, we trying to hide the bodies. We ain't trying to tell about no crimes. So it's
Exactly.
almost like they surprised that the feds are here, but you telling what you did. So it's like, what makes you think they not coming?
Exactly.
I don't get it.
And how we see like with the YSL and other cases alike, they using their lyrics as evidence. You
Using
know,
the lyrics.
they
JT, I heard that a couple days last week. They said they was playing Vine songs. They played some Amuwak song. They playing their songs in court. They had that thing rocking. I heard.
oh wow.
I think they said I can't remember what song they played. The Vine. Dang. But I like Vaughn. I like Vaun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Von's
Vaughn.
his music be busting. So
Yes.
yeah, they in the courtroom jamming then.
Yeah. Mine was cold. That's why when I saw him go down, I was so that's like Pac. Like Pac, even
Yeah,
though he got off, just to if he would have had just more years behind him, man, it just would have been so wonderful. And I think the same
absolutely.
about Vaughn.
Yeah,
And
he had that same energy.
yes, and that lyrical skill, the cadence, the delivery, like he was a good storyteller. So,
Absolutely.
now let me ask you this, because you OG, you'll be able to answer this and give me a perspective on this. How come, even understanding the code, I get it, but how come a ex gangbanger or a gang affiliate cannot testify if they facing some crimes in order to, knock some time off against their gang that is not 100% loyal to them? So why let me add to that. So basically saying, why is an ex-gang member asked for 100% loyalty throughout their life when the gang hasn't been 100% loyal to them? That's my question.
Wow, that's a good question. And the thing that I would have to answer to that is an example that a friend of mine, her uncle went through. Remember when they came through back in the 90s and snatched up all the cheese? Like I want to say this probably was like 1995, 96 when
Mm-hmm.
they snatched up all the cheese for the GDs.
Mm-hmm.
And he was one of them, like it was like 30 of them, you know what I'm saying, across the city.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up, you know what I'm saying, he didn't really have nothing to do with what actually happened. For what he got locked up for was, you know what I'm saying, murder, it was drugs, it was a lot of different things. And everybody that was up under him pointed the finger at him. And all he had to do was point the finger back. But he said, I'm not doing none of that because I got to, I was in this position and I got to do my time because it, where I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? If I go to jail and I get labeled as a snitch, my life on the line, even though they snitching on me, or if I get out, my life, you know what I'm saying, is in jeopardy. These people is basically foot soldiers. They 9 out of 10, if you playing at a high level like he was,
Mm-hmm.
then the repercussions tend to be that much more. You held way more accountable. So
Okay.
a lot of times it just be that it'd be like, shoot, why would I? So he ended up doing about 30 years. He just came home maybe 5 years ago
30
for
years.
something he did not do.
He
You know
did
what
a
I'm saying?
30 piece, loyal to the gang.
Loyal to the game.
Well, see, this is my
And
question. Are you aware? Let me just put this. Was he taken care of while he was down?
some of the guys, yeah, but majority was just his family. That's the thing about it. Like he wasn't a priority to, the people that he for to the mob. You know
That's
what I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying.
Like they might have, like you had a few of them that would probably held them down for maybe 5, 6 years, but 30 years, the ones that was, it's like, out of sight, out of mind after a while.
That definitely happened. I already know that without even asking that piece. Wow,
Hmm.
because that's a long bid.
Yeah, yeah. It was maybe a couple years short of 30. He went in maybe early 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, he probably early 50s. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, it
See,
was one of them.
that's what I just don't understand, because like a lot of the street is like the street versus the X street, like they really getting down on these guys for testifying, but we already know, like you saying, the mob ain't even loyal to them 100%. So why is it 100% expected? That's the part I get it, but I just don't really get it.
Right, right. I see what you're saying. It really be if it got to be in them. Cause nowadays I don't even think it's that much of a thing now. Like the way, I mean, it's probably some people that's trying to still enforce that,
Yeah,
but it's so much out of whack now. It ain't no structure in most of the city anymore. I don't even think it's really that severe the repercussions as it was back in those days.
you
Now,
right.
you
You
know what I'm
right.
saying? These
Yep.
shorties, they telling and they still go back on the same blocks that they was hanging with the people that they told on, and they get back embraced. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? A
You
lot of
so right.
situations. Yeah,
You right. So it's like I think the party is if they probably hit the jail system, that's probably where they're gonna have a problem. But like you saying, if they just walking into the world on immunity, as long as they, stay away from the people that they know to stay away from, they pretty much good. Cause like you saying back in the day, oh, they was gonna find you. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It was immediate repercussions.
Yes, but
So
in jail it's like, you got some problems, but out
yeah,
here, it ain't like it was. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But
Yeah.
like if you got to do some time and you done told on somebody, yeah, they
Yeah,
gonna
you
have
in
a
trouble.
paperwork party.
Oh
It's-
yeah. Ooh.
yeah, so that's where it's deep. Like the world ain't really no structure, ain't nobody you got to go holler at.
Right.
Yeah, so
You
it's
just get
it's
out
over
and that's
with.
it. That's what I'm saying. It's like, but I guess but the YouTube community, like I'm looking at it now, maybe it's just the youth. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. That'd be crazy to say. I was just gonna say maybe the YouTube community is just getting down on them, but nah, in real life, if they wind up and be in the wrong place, they gonna be in harm's way. So
Yeah, yeah, but it's just unfortunate, like I said, rest in peace to all these young brothers that have lost their life over foolishness. You know
mm,
what I'm saying? And it's just crazy because, like I said, it'd be generational. So when does it come to some type of resolve? Because now you got it's another generation that's in high school, or you know what I'm saying, about to get ready to, go to high school that's following what was laid out in front of them, so the cycle continues, and it's just crazy, But
that's sad.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna be chiming in and following this with you. I want to see and that's another aspect of it is the legal aspect. We see a lot of the comparisons with
Yes,
how the government be moving in the courtroom and trying to
yes.
withhold the evidence from the
Shaking
defense.
and faking. How you going? They like you said they did cows like that.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, where the discovery at? Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we didn't think it was a big deal. You what?
right. You enter the trial, you want to drop some information, and then with the BOP information, you ain't dropped that at all. Like, don't even get me hyped up. That just put the cables on me.
Exactly. Got a whole search warrant and you ain't even disclosing what you done found.
Thank you. Like, come on, man. Damn.
That is ridiculous,
They pissed
man.
me off. That's why when I was reading that, I was like, "Don't even bring Kales into it. Just stick to the duck case." But just reading it with so many similarities, and I'm like, "Boy, they shenanigans is consistent." I'll say that.
They all move. They move the same way. They was
Yeah,
doing the same thing with
yeah,
Young Thug. Hiding stuff and
yeah,
trying want to throw it in at the last minute, trying to catch the defense off guard. And
yeah.
you're like,
Totally
oh my
violating
god,
the constitutional rights. Don't give a damn about that.
at all.
So
Like, yeah, the Brady material. You was right on point with that and the 3500 material. All that supposed to be handed over
that's at the
long
beginning,
before.
right?
Yeah, at the beginning stage.
And the Brady material, is that the evidence that supports the defendant or no? I can't
Um,
remember.
I would believe that. I don't know if you would say it that way, but it's basically it's transparent. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's the stuff that it definitely could help, but you know what I'm saying? They don't. I don't know if they would word it like that, but I
Okay.
do remember they was saying that with Kels, like, man, we ain't, he need to do his own investigation to get that stuff. Like what?
Yep.
Like we need what you done found through your
Thank
investigation. We
you.
need full transparency. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Whether it's gonna help or hurt. You know?
Yes. They was trying to keep like you saying, keep the information that was gonna benefit him. And then, you go find like, here, we giving it to you, or we not giving it to you. But I remember them words, Giglio, Brady material, and
3,500.
3,500. I remember them.
Yeah, I'm right with you. I'm learning right with you because a lot of this terminology is new. Like you said, to me,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never really followed too many cases this closely and learned a lot over the past 5 years. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well, thank you for supporting this side, because I know a lot of Kale supporters don't want to come up off the Kale's piece. But I appreciate you coming in, and just know that the feds are up. They doing their same shenanigans, grabbing people at court. You know, they really doing a shakedown. And but you understand the dynamic of the Gold Coast. You understand the dynamic of what happened down there and why they acted like that.
Oh
But
yeah.
they definitely up, and it's the streets is gonna get scary. But this is the problem, and I think we at the point now where seeing how they're saying that these guys that are claiming affiliation aren't truly members or affiliated.
Right.
So maybe they gotta they gotta clean it up. Because if you're not really, because you're not in a structure, so you really out here causing mayhem and ruckus, and you ain't, you know what I'm saying? So do is it okay to clean them up? You see what I'm saying? Like, because they really
Right. Yeah.
wild.
That's something.
They
That's a
run
that's
wild.
a that's a way to look at it because how can you put it up under that umbrella if it's really when you break it down, it's not that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that might actually essentially help the situation because if they not under that umbrella, then it ain't no RICO. It's just a group of people that decided to do something else. So you
that's what
know,
I'm saying. So these ain't really BDs. Like, these is guys claim to be BDs in Oblock, and these other guys, what they did say, I think they did say, like, I think Duck was like official. I don't know about the rest of the everybody else, but because I was listening to some of these chats, and I don't know, they were saying like the GDs haven't had like they called it a session or a blessing or something since like 98. Basically saying like they ain't brought nobody in since like the 90s. Like, they ain't been no official bring in since then.
right? Yeah, it ain't. It's not on the books. You know what I'm saying? So how can you call it something that it's not? So they actually,
Got
when you say that, it do make a lot of sense. You know, that's a solid argument. I think the defense could raise that may
yeah,
work in their benefit.
yeah, but they probably don't know that. I only picked this up from going to different people channel, getting on IG and listening to people talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because them guys, they coming out now. They snapping. The streets ain't happy. The block is not happy about none of this. So they talking about it. They not happy. But my thing is, they fake. I think I get it now. So the guys that's really official looking like these guys ain't official, and they causing a deconstruction of what was previously built and
Mm,
bringing down their
it's a
organization.
Yeah, they
Okay.
feel like y'all misrepresenting our organization
Yes.
and bringing all this heat, and y'all not even a part of it.
Undue heat. Right. And you ain't even really that. Yep. That's
Yeah,
crazy when I look at it like that.
right. That is crazy.
Man, I just hope that JT, they just don't try and bounce from the B to the G. You see what I'm saying? Because once
Oh
they get
yeah, yeah.
started,
They
yeah,
yeah they start going and
yeah,
want to it'd be a ripple effect. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and just in saying that the structure of the G, they was G before the D anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, keep your eyes up. We don't know how the Fed's coming, but they coming. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's it though. But thank you for coming up. Go ahead, give your final words.
Oh yeah, definitely. I appreciate it once again for having me. Peace and blessings to you and everybody in the chat. And I'll be tuned in again, and you know how we rocking.
Right.
So much love, and I'll chop it up with you.
Much love. Thanks for coming up, JT.
All right, thank you.
That's a certified Chicagoan. Hey, and JT, put your channel in the chat too, because I want to definitely go on there right now and subscribe, because I couldn't find it. It was in somebody back chat and I couldn't get to it. So JT, put your channel in the chat so I could click on it. All right, you guys. So I'm under the weather, but I'm coming back tomorrow, because this thing is like 200 pages and I want to get through it. But very interesting case. Very interesting case. Me reading this has given me a human factor for Mr. Wiley. I actually feel sorry for the young man. It looks like he had a hard upbringing, and then those bogus arrests by the police. That's really a shame. And I'm positive other guys growing up endured that same fate, being falsely accused of crimes and bringing it and brought in. And I know it's gonna be people that's mad that I'm saying that, because they mad at him for telling. I have a heart, and I just feel like, I don't know. He just kind of, he is a victim of circumstance. Not to say that he's no angel. I don't know the guy, but I'm just saying I feel sorry for what I'm seeing in this paperwork in regards to these false arrests. Okay. Also, like I said, look back, you guys. They're building it. If you hear those words, um, ineffective assistance to counsel, like I said, R.Kelly's attorney. That's one of the things she's bringing up in his appeal. We're hearing that now in the trial, so you already see the attorneys trying to set up issues for the appeal process. In case these guys do get found guilty, they're stating ineffective assistance for counsel as being an issue. They're stating that they didn't get the Brady material, the 3500 material, and the Giglio material, basically not getting the discovery in time. They stated that there was an officer that testified that they didn't get to cross-examine with the new information that they got. So this trial, you guys, and go back, JT, also go listen to the Santiago Proffer. I started reading that, and then go back and read, go back like a year or so, and go back and just go back. All of you guys interested in the case, go back in my videos and lives and look at the stuff that I did regarding the Oblock trial. I read the indictment, the charges, and stuff like that, a long time ago, because the trial, they bring the material. I mean, we get the paperwork, and then the trial starts years later. So I got some videos you guys need to go back and watch to get abreast of the case, seeing what their charges are and stuff like that. But this is very interesting, and we just reading one part of the transcript. Okay, so understand that it's already sloppy to me. And I did hear a guy today when I was on IG. He was like, the witnesses are messing up the case, but it appears to me that the government might have just been, they might have just did a couple of things that might have sabotaged the case in regards to, if it comes up for an appeal, if they do get prosecuted. So just, go back, pay attention. And I'm telling you guys, I only learned this stuff by going through the chaos case, like things that could be brought up for appeal, how things are supposed to be presented. But common sense tells you that you cannot have a witness testify and then a couple weeks later provide new evidence that could have been used to cross-examine that said witness. That's just common sense. It don't take no legal knowledge to understand that. So but I'm glad you guys, like I said, I don't like all the ad-libbing and the freestyling that's going on with people saying what Mr. Wiley said. Please donate to the channel so we can hopefully get the testimony of, I was trying to get the testimony of cooperator, I think it was 3 as well. But yeah, these transcripts are expensive. You see what I'm saying? They're very expensive, but it's up to you guys. Whatever you donate is appreciated. On the screen is you could do super chat, you could do Cash App. I also have a PayPal if needed. But I would like to get more of the transcripts. But I'm gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna do some more reading starting at 5704. Today I kind of went forward because I wanted to get into the meat of it to give you guys a feel of what he was saying and how it was going. But we killing all the extra narratives. We getting down to the facts of what he actually said. Because it was too much. I'm watching people say he said this, he was offered that, he got that amount of money. And from what I read, he never confirmed that he received that money. And from what I see, I don't know if this gonna happen later on in the cross-examination. They never, after he said he didn't get that amount of money, they didn't provide a statement or a receipt to him saying, look at this. This is the total right here. They didn't provide him a tally to confirm it. So all these narratives go around the YouTube. That's what I was talking about, you guys. People ad-libbing and freestyling. It wasn't confirmed. They stated that was the amount, but he said he didn't recall it, people. So I don't know. I just don't like that when people do that, trying just be fair about it. Now, even though you might not like the dude, you might not like that he's testifying, but at least be fair in your testimony. I mean, be fair in your blogging. So that's it, you guys. Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate you for chiming in. I'm gonna go back live tomorrow. I don't know what time, because I definitely gotta fight this cold, but I'm not no early bird. I'll tell y'all right now. So it's not gonna be no early morning stuff. Maybe about midday, but it's a lot of reading. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to read, but I want to try and get at least up to the point of where I read. And I'm still gonna reread that, but go back, you guys, check out my other videos to read the indictment, the beginning of the Santiago proffer. And that, you know what, let me put that up real quick. Because somebody was trying to tell me that the case wasn't strong. Now let me show y'all this. And I showed y'all this before. Now they might be messing up. Do you all see this? These are pictures. Okay. Hold on. This is the part. I did a video on this. Go back and watch the beginning. I gotta finish reading it. This is the Santiago proffer. Okay, hold on. These are pictures. This is part of the evidence, people. Okay. This is the evidence that they have. This is Ralph Turpin in the store when they were recording him. Wait till we read that. Okay. I can't even see that from this screen. What is that a picture of? Let me see if it'll let me zoom in, y'all. Okay. I can see better now. This looks like Turpin with somebody else outside of the store. Do you see this? Do you see this? This is Duck, people. This right here. What does that say? It looks like it says Mac. Let me see. Can I read that? Let me see. Does it say cooperated for will testify that several days later, Roberson met with cooperated for and confessed to cooperated for in person and having participated in the murder. However, in the version of events Roberson relayed to cooperator 4, Roberson embellished his role, describing himself as a shooter, which is inconsistent with the surveillance video, according to cooperator 4. Roberson told cooperator 4 that Roberson was in the back seat and fell as he got out to start shooting. Roberson told cooperator 4 that Roberson started shooting from the street and the woman started. Okay, wait, this ain't the part I want. I wanted to get to what the hell this how Duck got on his phone. Okay, wait. Roberson made additional statements in furtherance of conspiracy. And approximately some witness became video blogger. And he got locked up. Okay, they just talking about them being locked up. But I'm letting y'all know, this is what they got. This is on a cell phone. If you wasn't there, how you get a picture of Doug? This is Doug, people. Do y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can see me pointing on the screen or not. But this is what this is. And down here it says, yes, sir. Bragging about it. Now you tell me that this ain't no strong case. And then back previously to that, they talking about how to here go right here. The defendants used Roberson's Chrysler 300 to commit the murder, and there was more than one car used to commit the murder. That 3 or 4 people murdered weekly, but C Murder was the only name that cooperator 4 remembered. They got the hold on, let me see what else they got. I can't even see what. Okay, this is text messages basically saying, I know you ain't take your car to go do that shit. Right here, that's what that says. So it's like they talking to each other on the text messages. They got the pendants that King Von bought them, which I said before, even though it didn't meet the timeline, because from what I saw, I think these were purchased, and I'm gonna have to go back and look at the dates. I believe these were purchased before Duck lost his life, but we'll confirm that later. But these are the chains, y'all. They got all this stuff in evidence. Long live 64. See, this is the part that I didn't know. They got people names on the back. I think that's nice. Those are some nice chains. Very nice chains. But this is what I'm telling you. They showing Muwap with King Von, because they trying to, from what I'm saying, they claiming that King Von is the king. Okay, like he's the leader. And I think that's in furtherance of trying to build that extra Rico. Liggins offer each publicly posted pictures of themselves wearing Oblock chains, for example, on or about August 9th, 2020. Now wait a minute. Maybe this is right after that. Hold on. Cause Duck lost his life on August 4th. Uh-oh. Maybe I was wrong. Duck passed away August 4th. Was it 2020? I think it was 2020. Uh-oh. They might be in trouble. August 25th. Smart posted a picture of his Instagram account of him wearing an Oblock chain. Maybe this was it, y'all. Maybe they did get them after that. But I'm telling y'all, they got pictures and stuff. Did I show y'all the car? They got the car, the license plate reader. This is all part of the evidence, okay? And I don't even know what all this is. We gonna read all that. I'm sorry, my time. I work a lot of hours and my time had got, you know what I'm saying, jammed up. So I started it, but I didn't get a chance to finish it. They talking about tattoos. Ooh. That's King Von's body. He's so fine. That was a little fine young man. Yeah. He's so cute. King Von was cute. I think Moowop is cute too, though. They some cute little boys. It's a shame he lost his life. But yeah, you could just look at the pictures, y'all. Let me show y'all the car. And then we're going to get out of here. Because it's already too long. Is it past 3 hours? Okay, it's about to be 3 hours and we finna stop it before that. But yeah, look at this. Like they got stuff, y'all. And when you read it, oh shoot. I wanted to show y'all the picture of they had a picture of the car going down the Dan Ryan. It looked like. It ain't look like Lakeshore Drive. But yeah, but look like the government look like they might be messing up their own case, trying to sneak evidence in and all that old crazy stuff. If you prosecute these guys, it's gonna be a flip on you on the appeal, and they're gonna be right back out. Fool around and played around. But yeah, how you got a picture of Duck dead on your phone? Get around that. Come on now, people. How do you have that? How did you get it? And then you got, I ain't even gonna call him out his name. You have Turpin in the store looking, being recorded. I'm sorry, if it was me, y'all, I wouldn't be standing there. Okay. Once I saw he's looking at the person, the security guy recording him. He sees him. Once I saw somebody recording me, I'm giving them the dirties. I'm not about to be standing there and I know what's going on outside, or I know what's about to happen. I would have gave him the dirties, man. Please. This right here, I can see what this says. Okay, it say Mac, y'all. So I'm assuming it's Kenny Mac. It says, "Don't worry, bitch. When I call you, better come like a bat out of hell. You know this, bitch. I'm finna put out pipe." No, it says, "Bitch, I'm finna put pipe up." And it says, "No, wait, bitch. I got shit to do, bitch. Take it to the O. We on Duck." And it says in Duck M. Check Spot News. We on Duck. On Kenny Mac's phone. This is a conspiracy, people. I mean, you can have people, you can have your own opinion, but from what I saw, they have a lot of physical evidence. Okay, there we go. That's the picture I was trying to get y'all to see. Matter of fact, that does look like Lakeshore Drive. Because you got this little in-between part. Yeah, that ain't no damn Ryan. I think that's Lakeshore Drive. Let me see. On the way to East Oak Street. They don't say what street, but with that little in between right there, I believe that is Lakeshore Drive. But they got the license plate on the license plate reader, people. Now, when we read it, it's probably gonna track them from their home all the way down to the crime scene. They getting hit by all type of cameras, and I ain't gonna lie to you, real talk. I ain't know there was no license plate cameras out there on Lakeshore Drive. Okay, didn't know it. Learning a lot in this trial. Did not know that. They even got them returning the car. Stuff that you guys already know, but I'm just saying, for people to sit up there and say that the case is weak, they have a lot of physical evidence. Now, maybe the witnesses, see, I think what they kind of, and I ain't gonna say messed up, but I think the way that they throwing this case off is because you bringing in witnesses, you trying to tie in a RICO, even though you probably using them to establish the enterprise, the criminal enterprise. You bringing in the witnesses from you bringing in Weekly. I'm sorry, not Weekly. What's the boy name, y'all? I'm getting sleepy. You bringing in Wiley, and you bringing in I forgot the other guy's name. Cooperator 3 to establish that that they were they were a criminal organization. That's what they're bringing them in for. But in doing that, while they're establishing that, they kind of like, I don't know, it seems to me like they might be throwing off the part for the Ducks case, because we haven't finished the testimony, but I don't know. The way he's testifying, he is kind of all over the place. He even admitted that. But, I don't know. I think they should have tried to do something separate, but I don't know. It seems a little bit convoluted to me. You already got all these defendants on one trial, and he up there cussing and carrying on. He talking street and all that. So we don't even know if the jury's even gonna understand what he's saying. But I guess as long as they get up there and establish, that STL and the Oblock BDs were a criminal organization, that's all they need to move forward, you guys. And I remember we went to page 19, and this is a 68-page document. So it's a lot to read, okay? Whole lot to read. But just know they got a wait, how do I let me get out of this page. Exit full screen. They got a lot of evidence against these guys, people. Okay. They do. So we about to go ahead. Oh yeah. JT, I don't know if you saw. That's what I'm saying. Go back and watch my videos. That proffer agreement, I started that. That's probably about 2 months ago when I read the first part of that. So yeah, JT, they got so much stuff. they got a lot, okay? Nah, I'm just saying. How you got the boy on the boy on the text message now? I don't care about none of that other stuff. How did you get the picture of the victim on your phone in a text message? I'll wait. I will wait. Okay? So, you guys, thanks for coming. I'm about to go try and fight this cold. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cam up tomorrow or not. I don't know. I still don't feel good. But thank you guys for coming. Please donate any amount of donations. I would like to recoup the money I spent. Also would like to get more. I want to get the rest of the testimony from, I guess, Cooperator is looking like 1 in 4. Hold on, let me see. I forgot what they said. Hold on. Let's go back to this real quick, and then we're going to get out of here. You make the screen big. Because they said in here who the cooperators were. Oh, damn. Okay, Cooperator 2 lived in Parkway Gardens and was active as a young Oblock member. It was Steelwick City. Okay. I can't remember. Wiley was which cooperator? Okay, here we go. Cooperator 1, Oblock members controlled the drug trade. Okay, well, government expects the Cooperator 1, if called, will testify that Oblock members made their own money, commit burglaries, blah, 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 blah. Oblock members controlled will use. No one could sell. No, he's not number 1. Government number 2, Cooperator will testify marijuana pills personally. Okay, here we go. Yeah, 2 has personally seen the Oblock members selling heroin. Oblock member generally people who so. I think 2 is Wiley. Let me see. Member rated shoot opposing. Wait. According to Cooperator 2, Oblock members are expected to shoot at opposing gang members, and that is the only way to rise through the ranks in Oblock outside of having a lot of money from selling drugs or making music. Okay. Often Cooperator 2 lived in Parkway and was an active young. No, he won 2. I don't think it was 2. Oh, wait. Yes, he was. Because listen to this. Cooperator 2 lived in Parkway Gardens and was active as a younger. Oh, no, it wasn't. Wait. As a younger Oblock member back when Oblock was still called Wake City. O.E. Perry, an Oblock member, was murdered by STL member Jakira Barnes on August 11th, 2011. STL member Cooperator 3, who may testify at trial, will testify if called. Jakira was a sister, and he. Okay, so 3 was Butter, and 2 O.D. Perry, Monsa members expected to shoot on or something. I can't remember which one Wiley was. 3 will testify he witnessed the members committed Oblock members STL, specifically the government cooperator testified witness of the murder of Dale Fisher. According to Cooperator 3, Fisher was not a gang member. Okay, we know who 3 is. No, that was 2. Y'all, I'm getting sleepy. Okay, 2 will testify that that Jakira was his sister. Okay, so 3 was Butter. That's in stone. Okay. I think 2 was this other guy that I'm not familiar with. Yep, 3 is definitely Cooperator testified called. He was clicked with Lamron. THF. No, that's not him. I don't know, y'all. I think he was one. I thought it was 1 and 3. May testify that the defendant Marcus Smart began to emerge as the leader within Oblock after Bennett was murdered. What? Did I read that? I did read that part. They said they Muwap. So basically, Muwap had he had the spot. Wow. Wow, y'all. I'm telling you, looks can be deceiving. You look at that young man, he doesn't even look like he would do none of this stuff that he's accused of. Like, he looked like he should just be some type of in a fraternity or something, in college at a fraternity. Like, that guy really does not look like he'll get down on you, or that he was in any type of position. That's why Chicago is so deadly. You got to be able to read the signs and always be leery, because you just never know because of situations like that. Okay, cooperative 1, if called, will testify that Oblock members made their money by committing burglary. Okay, I read that. Members of the drug train, cooperative Parkway guards. The government have called. See, okay, they jumping around, but I think Wiley was cooperator 1. Let me go back one more page, and then we about to get out of here. Yep, because it said at the times, material allegations, Oblock meetings where business was discussed. So they don't start. Oh yeah, here we go. For example, cooperator 1, a black disciple initiated through the Newtown faction, but who lived in Parkway Gardens from approximately 2006 to 2007. Okay, boom. So that's it. Wiley was number 1, and Butter was 3. That's it. All right, you guys. So I showed y'all 2 documents, the transcripts, and also we went through the little bit of the Santiago proffer. All right, you guys. So thanks for coming. We're out. Please donate so we can get some more transcripts. Very interesting case, you guys. Very sad, because we have people that lost their life. You got families that have been affected. You have all the Chicago that has been affected. Like, this is violence affects everyone. It affects the entire community. Okay. These guys are sitting in jail, away from their family, away from their kids. Like, it's just losses everywhere. There's no wins in this case. Duck is gone. His family is hurt. You know, the feds are up. They up. But I can't be mad at them. When you got people doing songs, you on Instagram, giving threats, telling people what you're gonna do, telling them where you're gonna be, telling them what you did. Like, it's insane. I didn't grow up with this type of shenanigans and nonsense going on. We ain't do none of that. The guys I grew up around too, they weren't telling nothing. They wasn't talking about nothing. And you better not ask about nothing. You better act like even if you heard something, you didn't hear it. Okay. I learned quick. But you guys, that's it. I'm tired. Again, share the video. You can use clips from the video. Make sure you shout my name out and spell my damn name right. My name is Skyye Lyfe, Skyye Lyfe. Shout my channel out if you use a clip. It's okay to use a clip. You guys hit the like button, please. You can hit me in the comments. I'll try and get it. I'm about to fight this cold. But thanks for coming, you know. We're going to get back at it tomorrow. It's several pages, okay? You guys see it's almost 200 pages, but we'll get through it. All right. Long live Duck. And happy belated birthday. Go back and watch the old videos about the case. I think it started back in 2021. Also, there's an interview with his cousin. All of that back in the videos. Some of that stuff might be under the last, but just scroll back and catch up with what you can, because I'm not about to repeat all that stuff. It's too much to start over. But that's it. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys. Make sure you subscribe to Skyye Lyfe. As always, do everything in God's divine order. Do everything in the spirit of righteousness to ensure righteousness prevails. Skyye Lyfe loves y'all. I'll see you guys tomorrow.